Maintaining transparency and vulnerability on social media is not easy, but for some trans content creators, they feel it's entirely necessary. Their presence online brings visibility to their community, a way to share struggles and successes at a time when we are seeing more anti-LGBTQ legislation. In this latest installment of our series, The Other Side of Social Media, our Elizabeth Schulze brings us the stories of trans influencers who are fighting to be seen despite receiving hate from behind strangers' keyboards.
My most fulfilling therapeutic content is literally talking to the camera. Hey guys, it's Gigi.
Hey guys, it's Gigi. Hey guys, it's Gigi Gorgeous. It is Pride season.
What was it that drew you to YouTube as a platform to start doing the makeup videos and then to start kind of sharing more of your own personal story too?
I think what drew me to YouTube was just the freedom of it all.
Today I wanted to talk to you guys.
Hey guys.
16 years ago, Gigi Gorgeous first hit record on her digital camera, uploading unusually candid videos to a new and fast-growing website called YouTube.
I remember being in high school and I was like the only one that was online. They thought that it was weird. Talking to a camera alone in a room before anyone else was really doing it is a little weird.
Seems totally normal now.
Yeah, exactly. But no, back then it wasn't. People would reference videos that I had made. And I was like, I uploaded that last night. You were online watching me last night.
Making fun of you for it.
Yes.
While classmates poked fun, a growing community of viewers online eagerly watched as she documented her intimate transition to Gigi.
Back then, I didn't really have a chosen family in real life. I had maybe one friend. So my comment section, my YouTube community was my chosen family, and they gave me confidence.
I was watching your video from years ago when you first announced you were a transgender. That was pretty revolutionary at the time.
Finally make the official announcement that I am transgender.
Talk about the decision to put that out on YouTube.
I was on hormones. I had a few things that I really wanted done, my gender-affirming surgeries, and I just felt like it was time.
Surgeries, hormone injections, emotional breakdowns, all were on display in Gigi's public journey to now nearly 3 million subscribers on YouTube and 2 million more on Instagram.
I think some people are given a power to be able to share their vulnerability in a way where it's like, this is my journey. This is, I'm putting it all out there. I have goosebumps, oh my God.
Just thinking about it is giving you goosebumps.
Because people go through these transitions every single day, but it's like, if you have the power to share your story and put it all out there, that is like one of the most vulnerable things that you can do, and I commend people for that.
Gigi stepped into the spotlight with her story and became one of the first internet stars to bring trans visibility to social media. But with that vulnerability also came attacks.
I have days where I don't read the comments for sure. It can really hit you deep. And you can act like it doesn't, but it really does.
This year, I would say was the first time in all my years of posting on social media that I was like, I need a break. Like, it's so intense right now, and it's 24/7. As soon as I open my phone, across all platforms, I'm getting hate.
Jessie Sullivan is part of a new generation of transgender activists and influencers on TikTok.
People think it's really funny that me and my kids share clothes, so today we're gonna pick out our outfits from each other's closets.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember the first time I was fully dressed in boys' clothes, like as an adult, out. It was like super liberating for me. I was like, oh my God, this feels so amazing. I had a short haircut and I was wearing a hoodie.
Jesse's videos documenting his transition went viral overnight, generating more than 60 million views.
My phone was blowing up for like a month straight.
Jesse is a father to 14-year-old Arlo, who he had as a teenager before his transition.
So talk to me about what it's like raising them, being Arlo's dad.
There was times when I was younger and I had just come out as a lesbian and I was so accepting and there was never anything but love, and then coming out a second time as, their dad and as trans, once again, just so much love and support.
Also part of that family is Jesse's fiance and reality TV personality Francesca Farrago.
Oh, that one's fire.
With her, it felt right so quickly, and as soon as they started hanging out and I watched them talk and laugh for the first time, I was like, oh, this is very right. And Arlo's not an easy egg to crack, but they love Francesca. So I was like, that says a lot.
It's really sweet. We feel a weird obligation to share more, just to show there's not a lot of public relationships that are like ours. No. So I think we feel like a duty to show people that we're normal and
happy.
People comment that all the time, saying like, "Oh, I didn't think that was a hope for me to like look forward to, but seeing you guys, I can look forward to something like that as well for myself."
But their modern-day family is a prime target for LGBTQ hate.
I'm everything that they want to hate. Your child should be taken away from you, like you're a pedophile if you're trans, and you shouldn't have children around you.
What would you say to those people who are threatening you?
We're normal, we have a family, we're just like you.
Raquel Willis, an activist and author, says only about 1/4 of Americans know a trans person in everyday life.
Social media continues to be a bridge for a lot of folks who may be isolated from folks that are similar to them, isolated from stories that can empower them.
And data from the Human Rights Campaign confirms some of the first and most common ways both trans and cisgender people learn about trans and non-binary people is through the media.
We need to make sure that we have competent content moderation to make sure that folks don't just have the ability to share disinformation and hateful rhetoric around communities on the margins.
Prominent transgender influencers online are facing more criticism than ever as trans rights have become a battleground issue in state houses across the country.
I got some Bud Lights for us.
The latest example, a boycott of Bud Light spearheaded by conservative activists upset by an ad spotlighting influencer Dylan Mulvaney, who is transgender. After months of backlash and criticism, Dylan posted on social media that she felt abandoned by the brand.
For months now, I've been scared to leave my house. I have been ridiculed in public. I've been followed. And I have felt a loneliness that I wouldn't wish on anyone. For a company to hire a trans person and then not publicly stand by them is worse, in my opinion, than not hiring a trans person at all.
A spokesperson from Anheuser-Busch telling ABC News in a statement, "We remain committed to the programs and partnerships we have forged over decades, including those in the LGBTQ+ community." Anheuser-Busch has not publicly commented on the backlash.
I think oftentimes brands make decisions around content, and so much of it can just really be aesthetic. So it's not just putting rainbows and sparkles and whatever else on your merchandise and then saying that you're showing up during Pride Month.
And I think if a brand is willing to put forth that talent, they have to stand behind that talent.
Amira Despain is the first Black trans model to work with Victoria's Secret.
Go apply to be part of the Black TikTok Creator Community Program. So many incredible events coming up this year, so you don't want to miss them. Anyways, mwah, love you guys.
And has partnered with brands including NARS, Google, and Charlotte Tilbury.
Still to this day, I struggle whether or not I want to share certain things on social media that have to do with my identity.
She says the pressure of speaking out weighs on her mental health, a dark reality not just for trans advocates, but for so many transgender people.
Cry it out, scream it out, laugh it out, and move on. I think that you have to get out of your head. That is my worst enemy, is my own head, my own thoughts. I think it's important, especially Victoria's Secret, for example, a little brown LGBTQ kid somewhere in North Dakota could watch that and say, oh my God, that could be me one day. I now have that in my mind that that's a possibility.
As an OG YouTube influencer and co-author of The Tea Guide, a new book that documents trans experiences and celebrates gender expression, Gigi Gorgeous says she has an obligation to use her platforms to amplify the fight for trans rights.
What is your message today to communities that aren't accepting, lawmakers passing anti-trans laws? What would you want them to know as we're sitting here today?
That trans people are not a threat. We're not here to disrupt the community in a negative way. We are just living in our true bodies and our true souls.
It's an important sentiment. Elizabeth, thank you for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.